Hi there, and welcome to Graham's Guide Friday Live this Friday, the 4th of August. Let's get straight into it. So, today I'm going to be providing you with some practical guidance on how to successfully complete Assignment 2. So, let's go straight to the Assignment 2 assignment brief and have a quick look at the tabs here. So the first tab is the assignment overview. It's probably really important to point out right now that assignment 2 is not an essay. It's an opportunity for you to practice your paragraph writing. In assignment 3, it's an essay, and the guidance that you receive from assignment 2, the feedback that we give you on assignment 2, on your paragraph writing, you'll be able to take that forward and improve your academic writing to complete assignment 3. But assignment 2, once again, it is not an essay. You're writing paragraphs, and you'll probably, for each section, I'll show you in a moment, I've provided a template, you'll probably write one paragraph of 400 words for each section, or you may decide to write 2 paragraphs of 200 words for each section. It depends on how you want to structure your work. So you'll choose from one of these case studies. There's James, Maria, AJ, and Simon, and Jill, and each of these are the main character that you will be writing from their perspective. So even though there are other characters within the case study, for example, in AJ's case study, the teacher, there's a young guy, what's his name? Looking for it here. Lee. The student's name is Lee, but the case study, you're not writing about it from Lee's perspective, you're writing about it from AJ's perspective. So you need to look up a code of ethics for teaching. You need to come up with an ethical issue that AJ is facing in his contact with Lee. And within that code of conduct that you find, you'll be able to use that to guide you through the ethical issue, to find a practical solution to getting past this ethical issue that the main character, AJ, is facing. The next section down is, let me go down here, the next tab, it's submission details overview, and this page is just jumping all over the place. Sorry about that. So the submission details overview tells you how to submit here. It also gives you a link to Studiosity, where you can send a draft of your work for feedback from a human. When you submit your text to the originality report, you'll see that there's a tab there for originality report. A human doesn't look at it. That is just a computer checking for similarity between the text in your assignment and with whatever else it can find online. But if you want to get feedback from a human, because ELAs can't provide feedback, because we're too close to you, being your teacher, we can't provide feedback on work that you're about to submit for an assignment that we're going to grade. That would be a conflict of interest. So if you want to get feedback on your draft, then you can use Studiosity to submit to them, and they will provide you with feedback, and it's human feedback that you're getting, it's not from a computer. The next tab is the assignment criteria. This shows you what we are basing our marking on. So for every mark that we give to you, it's based on this criteria. So we are looking for these criteria to appear in your submission, and then depending on how much of this information you give us, how much of this criteria you can meet, it depends on how high a grade we can give you. So the first criteria is worth 15%, the second one 15%, and so on. And just as a matter of interest, sources and referencing is worth 20%. Previously, that's been only worth 5%, but we found that students were not providing adequate sources. They were not providing adequate supporting evidence. For example, citing and referencing a code of conduct is critical to passing this assignment. And if you haven't cited uh, a code of ethics or a code of conduct or a similar professional document, it's going to be very hard to pass this assignment. So we increased the percentage to give you an indication of how important it is to support your work with sources, with evidence. That's probably all I need to show you here, just giving you a quick run through of how I would go through that assignment criteria. Let's go now to the assignment discussion. So I'm going to go to group 12 and scroll down here to the assignment 2 Q&A discussion. And the reason we're here is because I want to show you where Tanya has provided guidance that's going to help you successfully complete this assignment. Tanya's actually provided, very generously provided, a short video about each criteria. Now, Tanya recorded this in a previous teaching period, and since she recorded this, some of those marking percentages have changed, as I mentioned. So, for example, when you're watching this video on criteria 6, Tanya mentions that it's worth 5%. Like I said before, it's now worth 20%. But the advice and the guidance here remains unchanged. So you can watch these and use all of the guidance provided here to help you successfully complete assignment 2. Then it comes to my guidance. My guidance is also practical guidance. Here are those percentages again. I've given you these in case you need to refer to these. Keep scrolling down and you'll get to this section here, the heading template, and I provided a template as a Word document in case you're wanting to, if you haven't written academic work before, you're not sure how to present it, how to lay it out. If you click on this, you can then download it, and you can just change the file name to your name and student number. And this has all the correct formatting. So the margins are adequate, and the text, it's in a 12-point font. It's double-spaced. The font is a 12-point font in Times Roman. That's exactly what we're looking for. By the way, this text here, if you can't understand these words, it's because it's placeholder text. It's not meant to make sense. It's actually called lorem ipsum text. So the first sentence is normal, but the rest of it is lorem ipsum text. So this is just, let me just zoom out a little bit here to show you. So that's a full paragraph here. How can I catch that without it choosing everything? I can't. Anyway, so this paragraph here is about 200 words, and this second paragraph is about 200 words. So that's just to give you an idea of what physically your paragraph should look like. There's no such thing really as a one-sentence paragraph. So if you're using the Teal method of writing paragraphs, using the Teal approach, which I've given you a link to, and I'll show you quickly in a moment as well how to get there. The Teal approach to paragraph writing you will end up with a paragraph that looks very similar to this. So then as you go through, then I've called my headings after the main sections of the marking criteria. So section 2 is looking at the identification of spoken and unspoken messages and strengths and weaknesses in the correspondence. So that's the heading that I provided, and your headings can be as simple as that. You can just use this heading, and you can use section 1, 2, 3, and 4 if you would like. That's perfectly fine. Just at the end, of course, during this write-up, you will cite and reference. Your references need to appear on a separate page at the end of the document. The title of that page is references, and then in APA style, you will list all of the evidence that you've cited in the body of your 4 paragraphs or 4 sections. You may end up with 8 paragraphs, depending on how you want to structure it. If you've got any questions about the format, layout, and structure of your essay, ask the questions here in the assignment 2 Q&A forum, and I usually check these, well, every morning. I'm in here looking through and answering questions that are here in the discussion boards. So if you ask a question here, you'll probably get answered easily within 24 hours. What else is here? There's a suggested structure. This is that structure I was talking about. And if you click on this here, like this section here, the assignment 2 structure, which is based on the above template that I just showed you. If you click on this structure document, it shows you in the assignment brief, these you would have noticed these 7 questions. Well, I've structured these 7 questions into 4 sections. So these are the 4 sections here. So you would write about 400 words on each of these sections, and these sections, section 1, 2, 3, and 4, you will find in my template. If this is not making sense, as I said, ask questions in the discussion and I'll be happy to answer them. That's almost as much as I wanted to say today. I am going to go back to the discussions for a moment, because in the discussions for week 4 and 5, you will find more assistance to help you with this assignment 2. So if you go into the week 4, I just added to this today, and scroll down, there's this information here I provided on Brown. But if you scroll down further, I've also provided some guidance on 2 concepts. Let's call them denotation and connotation. You'll read about them here. I won't go into the detail about these 2 terms right now, but if you read through this, having an understanding of denotation and connotation will help you in answering questions about the correspondence for section 2 of assignment 2. So in this assignment, as I said, you're writing paragraphs. The paragraphs that you're writing are based on your analysis and your evaluation of the case study. Now, that may sound very highfalutin. Don't let that worry you, because we know that this is probably the first written assignment that you're undertaking for study at university. So we don't expect it to, be written as if it's by a professor in your area of expertise. We are expecting it to look like a first-year student's work. And so don't try and perfect it. Don't stall and worry about what it looks like on the page. Just answer the questions and follow the guidance that Tenure and I have provided. And we'll be very happy to provide you guidance and feedback on your paragraph writing so that you can improve your grade for assignment 3, the essay. Alrighty, look, that's probably enough from me. We'll catch up in the discussions, but for now, it's bye for now.